Hey, so today something came up that's a little bit different and interesting in my life, and I thought I might share it with you guys. Whoever does watch this, all three of you. I was bebopping around online like I do. I should probably take off my headphones so you don't think I'm ridiculous. But I was bebopping around online like I do, and I made a video, my last video. Not my one with the little cousin, but about my little cousin, because chronologically it doesn't make sense, but yeah, trust me. Okay, so the last video where you saw me sitting right here talking to you, and said something. And I said that I was bisexual. Which is true. But it had some interesting repercussions that I didn't expect. And I posted online, on several different accounts, Facebook, other social networking sites, Twitter, whatever, and said, hey, if you think of an idea or topic for me to cover, awesome, and let me know so I can try to do it. So I'm going to do a 2-section video about something that's pretty intense, I think. It's going to be pros and cons of sharing things on the internet. And it's going to start with the story that's obviously me. So the first part is going to be a little less intense. First part is that I do a lot of videos, and I only actually put out some, depending on how the content is, et cetera, if I feel like editing it, if I don't. So I've edited videos in the past, and some that I don't. Like this one I probably won't, just because I want to get it out, and I don't want to have to bother taking several hours to try to edit it. The next one I probably will, because I'll be using my friend Luke's music. That's really awesome and free, and I think you'll really enjoy it. But for now, my section. And a lot of videos that I put out, right? And sometimes I try to make myself look all pretty before I go into the video. Like, I'll do my hair, I'll, put on a special pair of clothes, I don't know, just whatever. And I sometimes I don't, like right now, I'm like, I just want to make a video. And that's the first part, is I think people's differences in viewing you, and then what you have to say. I think as a race, really, we look at things from an aesthetic point first. If it's aesthetically pleasing, then we look at it from an intellectual standpoint, if we ever do. Some people that I swear to God never will look at anything in their life from an intellectual standpoint. But my point being, my videos that have me with my hair done up and whatever, get more views. And I think it's just sort of because it's more aesthetically pleasing to begin with, and then, whatever I'm saying, great. The pretty boy is saying something, as opposed to, hey, the kid who doesn't look like he showered all day is trying to tell me something about life, and nobody gives two shits. Which is kind of sad, but it's very true. I mean, I fall prey to it as well. Think about it in the most easy way as, like, your boyfriend or girlfriend. Love at first sight doesn't exist, and I really hate to break that to some of you because it's going to come kind of hard. Lust at first sight absolutely does. You'd be like, that chick is hot. I want to marry her. And that's not a logical sequence of events, but hey, it could work out for you. Take my girlfriend, for example. I think she looks awesome. She's really pretty, and I knew that the moment I saw her. Does that mean I knew I was going to love her? No. It happened to be that once I got to know her, I really liked what was in here and not just what was right here. So that's my first topic to cover, is aesthetically pleasing versus intellectually pleasing, and how the aesthetics always come first. Which is sad but true. Second topic is actually kind of an oh shit story. Like I was saying, I'm bisexual, and I haven't told any of my family. Yeah. And I guess my sort of reason for that is I feel like there's only two outcomes. One, I don't agree with you and I think you need to be fixed. Or two, awesome. It changes my opinion in no way whatsoever. And since neither of them's a particularly positive outcome, I just didn't bother. It's not that I'm trying to hide it. All my friends know. Most people close to me know. I'd say the closest person to me that didn't know was my dad, and he ended up watching my last video and saying, "Oh shit, Alex is bisexual. I didn't know that. I should ask him." You know, and I was like, yeah, I just never told you because it would be kind of complicated and hard to understand, which is when it got to a subject on the phone where he sort of said, you know, I'm assuming you haven't told anybody else in the family, which is true. And the reason why he asked that is because, well, one side of my family is very liberal in their views. The other side is completely conservative. And actually, the house that I'm living in right now is very conservative. My grandfather is Catholic, and it was the biggest bridge to overcome, convincing him that these don't mean I worship Satan or something. So that was hard enough, and I'm afraid that if it were to come to light that I was bisexual, that he wouldn't agree with me, one, but would sort of explosively disagree with me, which is not something you want to deal with. And it's something that I can barely skim the surface of, because as a bisexual person, it's very easy to cover the fact that I like guys as well as girls, because I have a girlfriend. So, you know, it's never become a big thing to my family, but I feel like if this is the kind of the complexity that I face as someone who's bisexual, then holy crap! The amount of stress and angst involved in just knowing that people could explosively disagree with you, especially when you're in a critical stage where you're dependent on other people. I'm happy enough and blessed enough to be cared about by a lot of family members who, no matter what I told them about my views or my preferences, they would always love me. I know that for a fact. There's other people that I'm not so sure would. And that's really bad. I mean, in the grander scheme of things, we compare it all day long to racism in the old U.S. But I mean, I think this is more complex even than that, because this is something where you don't have black people born into a white family unless you know, I don't know, have sex. But the point being is just genetically, you know, there's bound to be someone down the line of some family, of any family really, where they have other preferences, and that's not something you can breed out. I mean, it's not be like, hey, since I'm a KKK member and you're a KKK member, you know, that means we're never going to have a gay son, right? No. No. And if you think that it's a lifestyle choice, then you're silly. That's really politely putting it. Because if you think gay people want to go through what they have to go through, then you're just really ignorant. Yeah. So that's what I was gonna step on with that, is I haven't told my family, and Mom, if you're watching this, or Grandpa, or whoever, guess what? I'm bisexual. I like guys and girls. And if you can't deal with that, then I'm sorry, but I'll find family members in the other side, or other in this side, who do accept it and are okay with it. So I just thought it'd be something interesting to share, and it's a really complex topic. Maybe you guys can share your comments and stuff below. But that's big, and what my dad was talking to me about is the pros and cons of sharing things on the internet. Where do you draw the line? You know, you don't want to put your address out there for everybody in the world to know, but you know, where do you draw the line? Is it ideals, or is it safety? What does the line come down to? This is getting to be a long video, so it's a lot of big important topics to me, but maybe I can split it up and talk about things individually later. Just really wanted to get this out there. And I will see you guys next time.